Hey, what's up? You already know who I am. You already know the show. We're going to continue on this because the last two videos, all you did was cried and whined and screamed, "He's a hater." And what else can you do better with your life? My life is already lovely. I already got everything set for life. I can retire today. I'm not, but I could. But I'm still going to bring this up because I love to punch holes in people's lives. And we're going to do some more of that today because a whole bunch of more stuff came up. Now, as most of you have already probably seen in my other video, or if you haven't, you guys know that the FBI raid did come out as far as the seizures was concerned. And it was true that he did get raided. And I acknowledged this, but that wasn't good enough for people because they wanted me to apologize to this fool. I can't apologize to somebody who lied their way all the way through this from day one up until a few days ago. He can't lie now because everybody can see with their own eyes what really happened and how it went down. Nothing like the way he went down or how he stated it went down, which made us all, many of us who had a brain, believed it was a lie. Because all of us don't take everything for the word, because some of us have what's called common sense and we know when shit's simply not right. So let's take a trip back down memory lane and listen to what Omar had to say back on November 20th.
One thing. Holy shit, this is harder than what I thought. No, I'm not in DR. I'm actually in Philly. I'm in a friend's house. They had to lend me a phone because I didn't have a phone. They basically seized millions of dollars out of all my accounts. They took all the cash that I had laying around. They took all my jewelry. They took all my kids' things. They took Xboxes. They took computers, laptops, cell phones. They didn't even leave fucking drones. You know what I'm saying? They didn't
Okay,
even leave.
the feds didn't take no Xboxes, they didn't take no jewelry, they didn't take TVs off the wall, they didn't take cell phones, they didn't take his drones. How do we know that? Because it's on the list. Here, let's take a look at the list. Once again, here's the list. And we're going to go find Omar in here. We'll start in this place of New Jersey, state of New Jersey. Right here is where we start to see his property. Here, I'm going to do it slow. Show me where you see TVs, Xboxes, drones, jewelry, anything that he just sat there and claimed. Let me see. Nope, I don't see it. Do you see it? I mean, let me know if you see it. Raise your hand. Something. Do something. I mean, y'all been doing something all this time trying to defend this bullshit. Show me something. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, nope, no TVs, no cell phones was taken away from him, none of that stuff. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. Nope, nope, no TVs, no Xboxes. So his kids' Xboxes weren't taking none of that shit. He, like I said from day one, he exaggerates the fuck out of shit. That's why he's considered a liar. Let's see. Nope, still none of that stuff. No, I don't see it. I mean, do you guys see it? No? Okay, here, let's keep going. No. That's it there. Let's get out of New Jersey and go to Pennsylvania. Oops. Here we go, Pennsylvania. Nope. Wasn't there something a page before? Here we go. Same thing. We're at a spot in Pennsylvania. No TVs, jewelry, drones, none of that shit. You know what else you didn't see in there? Let's take a look at something else. Remember this? You know, he said they cleared out his bank account. They took $5 million from him, specifically $5,226,095.95. He not only said it, he posted us a screenshot of this and then asked y'all to leave him alone. One of my accounts sees the day it happened. Stop questioning me. Go back to that list again where I just showed everything. Find any of these bank accounts where that shows that they seized $5 million from him. Now they did seize a total of $120,000 cash, but that's a drop in the bucket in this day and age. Most of you have that. That's nothing. But again, $5 million, where is it at? Again, back to the motherfucker lies about all this crap for no reason. Well, I'm sorry, there's a reason for it, because he has to maintain a false image to you guys. Once that false image has been busted, he's basically done and useless.
Now, one thing else we're going to clear up right now, because this is what's going to happen. Too many of you are going to see this and you're going to come back with, oh, they're just holding the money. That's why it's not showing up. Wrong. That's not what happens. They take the money. And for those who want to come back and say that, here on this same list, there are about 37 cases of people whose bank accounts were seized the same way he claimed his bank account was. So here we go. Like $7,000 something at Wealth Management. Let's see, 16,900 from RBC Wealth Management. I guess these are banks. Let's see what bank this was. No, that's not a bank, that's a name. Citizens Bank check. Dollar Bank seizure for $85. Whitestone State Bank for $19,000. $19,000 again from City National Bank. $85,000 from City National Bank. And everybody keeps guessing about why his money didn't show up here. In case you guys don't know what happens when the FBI does a seizure of a bank account, the funds stay at what they call a federal level. The cash that's seized is deposited into an asset forfeiture fund at the Department of Justice or the Department of Treasury, depending on who makes the bust. In this case, the FBI made the bust, so the Department of Justice. If it was the IRS that did it, it would be at the Department of Treasury. So again, going back to it was never about an IRS seizure or for copyright or anything. It was simply the fact it was a fraud case. So that's how it was treated as. That's why I'm showing you guys also the USC codes that he gave in his first video were not the right USC codes, because he was trying to divert you guys from what was really going on, because he didn't want you to know the truth. So again, no, there was no money taken from any bank accounts. More than likely, he doesn't have any bank accounts, or else they would have seized them, as you can see here from other people whose bank accounts they seized. I didn't know there was an Iberia Bank. Damn, they took here's somebody who got $1 million taken away from them. $1.5 million cashier's checks by the U.S. Marshals. Let's see if there's anybody else. $11,000 Bank of America, $47,000 Bank of America, $12,000 Bank of America, $48,000 Sunrise Bank. You guys get the message. So no money was seized from out of a bank account. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to deal with that truth.
Now, this right here is what made him an even bigger liar, because it just put it to the point when he explained it to us when I first heard it, another lie. And again, we know it's not true because it's now on paper what it really was. But watch this clip.
See? All right, so I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the things that are coming in. Damn, you got too many people like messaging you. I don't know if you guys can see that. So what it says is all records and materials from January 1st, 2016, present Constitution fruits, contraband evidence, and instruments of violation of 506 and 18 USC 2319 criminal copyright infringement. This was written in 1956 and 1957. My nigga, streaming wasn't even in the Copyright Act.
Nope, neither was his bullshit. Now, he just read off those codes as far as the reason why the seizure took place, but we know those are a lie now. Let me show you again. Going back to the seizure list. As we see, the pursuant codes for the seizures had to do with 18 USC 981A1C, which is not piracy, counterfeit, or anything with the IRS. These are codes that have to do with fraud, a major form of fraud. So again, lies stacked on top of lies, stacked on top of lies. And then you wonder why people, again, stated he's lying, because he was lying. I mean, you guys just don't want to accept it. Here's everything right in front of your face in print. You can download this and read it yourself. You can go back and read his video. Watch his video and match up what he says to what says on this piece of paper right here. It's all lies. There is no $5 million. There is no copyright issue. It has nothing to do with copyright issues. That's why there was never a seizure on his site like you see on places like Backpage. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like I said, day one, if they actually seized the site, this is what you would see on the page. Not the site's been taken down, the site's this or the site's that. This would still be on that website to this very day. This will be on Backpage probably for the next 5 years. Same thing would have happened to his site. But like I said, most of you are either too stupid, you're like Trump supporters, and you just want to believe what you want to believe, or you just don't know. And then when somebody tries to explain it to you, you want to cry, somebody's hating, this, that, whatever. And then what gets me the most is when people talk about why you're trying to do this to a brother that's down. First off, he does not consider himself black. And we've had this discussion a few times, and somebody begged me to please speak on this particular subject, and we're going to do it in a minute. But back to this. So now what I also want to do is go back to this particular piece right here regarding the $5 million. Again, I told you guys months ago, before he even posted up this fake Photoshop screenshot of this bank statement, he never had $5 million in the bank. One, and those who actually have money out there, please confirm what I'm saying. Because when I say this, they're going to know what I'm saying is true, and that anybody who puts $5 million into a single bank account is probably the biggest fucking fool in the universe. I'm going to explain why. When you have money and you put into a bank account, you don't put large sums of money like this into a bank account. Why? Banks are what's called FDIC insured. That means if something happens to your money, you're insured up to a certain amount. That amount is $250,000. So if you have $5 million in the bank and something happens to that bank, or it's just something happens in general, if we had another depression, if you were hacked and somebody took your identity and walked into the bank and walked out with a cash or cashier's check, anything, you're fucked up. Because the only thing the FDIC can do is give you back $250,000 of your $5 million. So why would you even do that? What I do, what other people do who actually deal with money, you put up multiple bank accounts. When I say multiple bank accounts, you put in one bank account, $250,000. Then you put into another bank account, $250,000, and so on and so on and so on. You do not put your money as a lump sum in the bank like this. Only fools do that. And I can give you a couple of examples of, unfortunately, people that have done it and got screwed. I have a friend. I spoke to you guys about this in the very beginning when I first started making videos about the shady shit he did. He was my business partner on one of the stores that I had back some years ago, 2005. He sat there and ran basically an Ocean's 11 scam. And when I say an Ocean's 11 scam, it was him. He had a lady at the Ohio Bureau of DMV, License Bureau. He had a lady at the post office. And he had a couple of other teams of people that had to do certain jobs to make this scam or hustle they did or grift they did successful. Even though it wasn't successful, they all got caught. Dude sat up here and the lady from the post office would send out anything, will steal anything from the post office, anything that may have been interesting to them. They got hold of information to a company called the Eaton Corp. And then they got information to a elderly gentleman who they saw had millions in a bank account. So what did they do? They got a crackhead off the street that they knew. They sobered him up, cleaned him up, gave him a bath, gave him a haircut and shave, got him all straightened out, new shoes, new everything, new attitude. Took him to the license bureau, sat up there and had a driver's license made out with the victim's name and everything on it, but this guy, he had a fake social security card, fake birth certificate I don't even think they had that because there was a lady at the license bureau working there, so she didn't even have to look. She just did it. So this guy would walk in to the bank. What was the name of the bank? I think it was Ohio Savings and Loans. He would walk in there once a week, take out small, couple $100. Got bigger, a couple of $1,000s. Got even bigger, tens of $1,000s, hundreds of thousands of dollars. By all the time said was done, they took out $1.1 million out of this guy's account. And then they foolishly tried to launder it back through bank accounts and then get it back. So in other words, this is what they would do. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because with the fraud charge that Omar's doing, I'm beginning to wonder if he was doing something remotely similar. And when I say this, now you can say I'm voicing my opinion because this is my opinion at this point. They had $1.1 million. But you just can't walk around and spend $1.1 million. So what they would do is they would give this person, hey, if I give you $5,000 and if I give you a check for $5,000, will you deposit in your account and then give me back $4,500 and you keep $500 for your time and trouble? And that's what they would do. And that's how they sat up there and did this silly, stupid way of laundering money, which is not really laundering money. You're just running it through banks, which makes you an even bigger target because you're too stupid to realize that it's all traceable by doing it this way. So, of course, they all get caught, go to jail and all this stuff. But the fact is, the reason why I'm coming to that is because I have an idea that he's doing something similar like that for other people. And he got caught with it. And to save himself, he made a deal with the feds. And in turn, I don't believe to this very day there was an official raid. I believe more or less a lot of this stuff was surrendered in some ways. I mean, I'm sure they came and picked it up, but it wasn't like they busted down the door and was like this, and that. They came over and said, you know, we're here to pick this stuff up. Let's get to it. Again, that's my opinion. And the reason why I have this opinion is because when we go back and look at those pictures from back in the day from them, like when he showed that picture of one person standing out in the streets, there's no vehicles on the street, there's no tow trucks, there's no cars or anything like that. And we're like, how are they doing a raid, but there's not one car there or anything like that? It's because it was relaxed, because this dude surrendered this stuff. He basically snitched on somebody. Again, this is my opinion. He snitched on some people to save his own self. That's why he's not sitting in jail. That's why they didn't take his houses. That's why they didn't take, like he was saying, his TVs, his phones, his drones, his computers, any of that's his jewelry, his kids' Xboxes, any of that stuff. Because they didn't, because they just made an agreement to take the cars, and they probably took whatever cash that was there. And then here he comes with more money and doing stuff. Maybe. I'm still thinking he's trying to finance some stuff, or he's using other people's money and people are just buying stuff and he's flossing that. Again, my opinion at this point. There is a difference between me pointing out my opinion, and there's a difference between me pointing out evidence and facts to back up what's going on. Now, to get to this part about people coming at me talking about why am I trying to kick a brother when he's down. First off, he's not my brother. He doesn't consider himself a brother. He considers himself either Puerto Rican or Dominican, which one he is. And like I said before, people argued at me about that, and my response to them all the time is, he doesn't consider himself to be black. So why would I care about something like that? More or less, do you guys feel like you're kicking a brother when he's down if he was committed of doing something like, and actually did it, like of, say, rape, or if he robbed a bank? Is that brother down, or did he just fuck up? There's a difference. And then and of course with Omar, him being down doesn't apply to this. With Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, I know they're black. They know they're black, but they'll deny it. You guys know they're black, but they'll deny it. The reason why is because Dominicans and Puerto Ricans fail to understand the difference between ethnicity and race. You have your race, which is actually your genetic makeup, which classifies you into a particular group. And then you have your ethnicity, which is based upon your culture, opinions, beliefs, religions, etc., etc. Those are the two things. Because Dominicans call themselves Dominicans or Puerto Ricans call themselves Puerto Ricans, they feel that is their race, when actually that is their ethnicity. You're composed of virtually three different races. You're composed of the slaves from the slave trade that were dropped off into those islands, because those islands in the Caribbean were actually the drop-off points for slaves in their very beginning before they were brought actually into the ports of the United States coastline. And then with the mixture between them and the Indians that were native and the Spaniards, you have what you have today in the Caribbeans. You have your Caribbeans, you have your Jamaicans, you have your Haitians, you have your Dominicans, you have your Puerto Ricans, you have your Bermudans. You have that whole mix-up. But the dominant factor in your race makeup is African, as an African origin, or black. I mean, we are African Americans, but we are black. Africans are Africans, but they are black. Caribbeans, Dominicans, Jamaicans, you're whatever, but you're still black. So you can't argue with me about taking a brother down when they don't recognize themselves as such, because they simply don't understand the difference between race and ethnicity. Once they figure that out, then they'll understand what's going on. So that's it in a nutshell. Now, I know many of you, again, are still going to sit here and cry with the what about this, what about that, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter what you think. The paper doesn't lie. The FBI paperwork doesn't lie. Omar lies. And you guys bend over and screw yourselves trying to believe this mess only to make yourself look stupid in the end. I mean, it's not me that looks stupid. It's you guys that are looking stupid right now because you can't accept that thing. And then when you do accept it, you want to flip the script and then change it to that. Why are you doing this? I'm doing it because it needs to be said. You need to know. I mean, this coonery that goes on YouTube from these guys that you guys worship is beyond belief. I mean, if it was me and I needed to prove myself that I wasn't lying about something, the last thing I'm going to do is tell you more lies to make myself look even dumber. I mean, who does that? Here, same thing. I'm going to give you another example. Here, let me see if I can pull this up. See, when I started, like I said, before I got into the e-commerce, I was doing the stores. I had the cell phone stores, I had car audio stores, I had computer repair stores, all of that thing. And then I got tired of it and got out of the business. And definitely just did the e-commerce side with the computers and then expanded on to a whole bunch of other stuff from there. My first year of doing this, I made over $1 million easily with an investment of $20 and then a second investment of $39.95. And when I tried to explain that to people, they said I was a lie. They said it was impossible. It was like I'm blowing smoke up their ass. So what I would do, I would create a document or a documentary explaining how I did it. And it's not something that was hard. Here, give me a second. Let me see if I got it. Oh, hold on for a sec. Okay, I found the video that I was talking about. Just so you understand what you're looking at. When I first started the online stuff, late 2014, going into 2015, I told people first year I made $1 million strictly from selling on eBay and Amazon with a investment of $20 and an investment of $39.95. Those were $20 was to pay for my eBay store. The $39.95 was to pay for the Amazon store. So with that, I started making the money. Then halfway through, I started to do a distribution setup where I was the drop shipper for a lot of people that wanted to sell on eBay and Amazon. So other people would sell my stuff on Amazon and eBay for me in addition to what I was selling. So what you're going to see is you're going to see what I was making on my own, by myself, on my own personal eBay page. I didn't even show the Amazon sales in here. And then you're going to see the numbers from what I was paying people who were selling my computers for me on their platforms, which was eBay and Amazon as well. Hey, this is Adam. Hey, I'm just doing this for a little fun because I get these about every 3 days. About every 3 to 5 days, I get a little nigga in my inbox saying this shit right here, you fake. Why they saying I'm fake? Because I show a lot of shit. And these niggas can't comprehend how I do it. So, I ain't got to do this shit to prove nothing. I'm just doing it because I'm going to be petty for 5 minutes. And I'm going to piss these niggas off because it's going to fuck with them when they see how I do this shit. And I'm going to explain it so the fucking 3-year-old can understand this shit. If I say I made $500,000, I made $500,000, and I'm going to show you why. This is what I do. I run several companies. One's computer manufacturing and distribution. That's what this is right here. See, this is me. This is one of my companies. That's why when you see my username, it says Max Inc. I own this. I own Max Photography. And January 1st, be an automotive dealership opening up in Ohio. And then hopefully I'll have one opening up by here, pay here lot in Georgia. But anyway, we're going to start with the little shit. We're going to go back over here. Fuck that $5,800, $5,500. That don't mean shit. That's just what I get in my PayPal every day before I deposit it towards my bank account. Let me show you some. This is just one of my PayPal accounts. I got 3 PayPal accounts that I handle all my online shit with. And then I got an Amazon account where they pay me through that. But let me show you something. I'm going to click on activity. Charts and graphs. See, this is just how much I've made since October. So this is the second. So last month I pulled in $43,000. Y'all crying ass niggas ain't even making that in a year, but I made that in a month. If I click this shit on yearly to see how much I've made for 2015, $500,000, motherfucker. That's simple. While y'all motherfuckers trying to scrape for $10 a fucking hour for 40 hours a week, I'm making that shit in my sleep. Here, this shit will break it down even more. We ain't but 2 days, and what's this, the second day of November? $2,400. Small change, but shit. Y'all niggas ain't doing it. October, $41,000. $47,000 in September. $38,000 in August, $53,000 in July, $58,000. Y'all get the point. This month it was only fucking $11,000. That's because I ain't do shit, but I still made $11,000, not doing a damn thing. About $100,000 made in March, $85,000 made in February, $33,000 made in January. This is my new account, so I don't think I had shit in here for 2014. Oh no, you know what? The month of December, I made fucking $112,000. Now, while y'all niggas sitting here trying to call me fake, what y'all really need to be doing is asking me how to do this shit. But no, y'all niggas so stupid and up in your ass so far, you can't think right. So here, let me show you that shit again. $500,000 made by me. When y'all see me post pictures of this shit, like, here, let me show you something. When y'all see me post shit like that, this is shit I take in a day before I deposit this shit. So when y'all see that shit, when y'all see this shit like $14,000 or $23,000 or $18,000, that's that shit I'm making in a fucking day. Cause that's how I do. When you see this shit, niggas paying me $1,050. Niggas paying me $1,050. Let's refresh that so we can see the whole thing. This tells you what I make in 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 120 days. So the shit's real. So niggas that's crying I'm fake, y'all need to get the fuck out of here with that. Crying ass niggas for no fucking reason. And then I pay motherfuckers. Here, over here. This is how I pay motherfuckers. Motherfuckers sell for me. I'm a distributor. That means people buy my shit or I pay them to sell it for me. Every week, I cut these people a check for whatever these amounts are that shows in these boxes. So, you see this right here? That's what I pay them. I pay them all that for a week. Here's another week. That's what I paid him for that week. That's what I paid her for the week prior. $862. That's what my people make. $500. This is what they make a week. Again, y'all niggas ain't even making minimum wage, but y'all talking shit. Here, let me show you one of my other salespeople. See this? I got 4 people selling for me. Here, this is what she makes in a week. $330, $540, $518, $545, $282, $399. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back. No, I'm fucking up. This is what she made. $932 that week. $1,371. That's how much I pay her. $2,129. That's what I paid her for that week. $1,858. That's what I paid her for that week. $814. $1,237. $1,280. $1,400. So why y'all $891? No, I'm sorry, it was $891 plus the $291. $928. $999. This is what people that work for me make a week. But y'all niggas want to call me fake. This shit's too funny. Little bitch ass niggas. Ain't making shit, so y'all want to talk shit. I'm sorry, I just had to show y'all. Everybody else, don't mind me. I'm not petty like this. It's just that I had to show this shit. See, that's what I'm talking about. Real can back what they say without the lies, without the bullshit, without all the games and stuff. It is what it is. There is no other story. It's just simply what it is. Facts. When I got questioned, I brought up facts. I didn't show this crap right here, which is basically Photoshop nonsense. This is all Photoshop. If you want to be real about shit, this is what you do. You break down that stuff and show it for real. So if I sit up there and tell you I'm making X number of dollars a day, let's see. And this is, I'm just going to show one of my sites right now. I'm not going to show the others. I'll show it later on. This is me right now. What's today's date? The 7th of the month. I'm up $76,000, $76,317 on sales so far. Of course, it's tax return month for the next few months, so it's going to bounce like that, just like when you saw on the charts in the older clip just a minute ago, and it showed February, March had jumped up with the high numbers and stuff. That's because it's tax time. But that's how it is. It flows like that. I don't have to lie. I don't have to sit up here and do Photoshop. You can sit up here and see this, and you see I click around in here, and you see this stuff moves around. You see this stuff scrolls around. It's not some set screenshot that I can sit up here and draw over and Photoshop over to make you see what I want you to see. This shit is real. So instead of bugging me about why am I trying to tell you guys you're being bamboozled, you're being played for fools when I tell you that stuff, or you sit here and dream about, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, why don't you dream about you can do that shit yourself? Because you can. I even sat here and said I'd show you how to do it for free, but instead you want to sit here and cry because I sit up here and show you the holes and the chinks in people's armors and in their lies, and you can't fuck with that. That's why I keep saying Trump supporters, Trump supporters, Trump supporters, because that's what Trump supporters do. Now, prove me wrong. I'm giving you the chance right here. Prove me wrong. Show me something different otherwise. Why don't you sit up here and go do something for yourself instead of trying to live your life through some fantasy liar? Please, by all means, post your comments below. I'm done because I'm about to go out and have a good time. Yep, I spent 45 minutes doing this today. That's my right. That's my prerogative. That's because I can. Because I'm not working a job. I mean, I don't have to go do this. I don't have to go do that. I don't have to go work 9 to 5 like a lot of people do. I mean, I still got to put in work, but it's by my terms and by my schedule. No other man tells me when I have to get up, when I take lunch, how much they think I'm worth to be paid. And I want you to be the same way instead of you sitting up here tripping your feet over clumsy, lying, goofy motherfuckers just playing you like fools. So please go ahead and drop them comments because I already know what they're going to say. I'm going to enjoy them anyway. Enjoy the rest of the day. I know I'm about to. Hey, y'all, peace out.